big fan. I wanted to just let you know that we are preempting her show today and today only in order to do a live remote broadcast from Hurst, Texas today. If you're anywhere in the Mid-Cities or you can get over here in the next hour, we invite you to come on out and see us. We're at the headquarters and the office of our dear sponsors, Dr. Kyle and Martha Eberlein, who are the owners of Midcities Dental. The website is midcitiesdental.com, and they're members, parishioners of Good Shepherd Parish in Colleyville, and this is where they do business here in the Mid-Cities. And so for the next hour, we're going to be here, and you know, whenever we do an event like this, I ask the sponsor to line up some guests so we can have some things to talk about, because I think I can only talk about dental care for so long, you know, before I start running out of questions about, you know, root canals and, you know, cavities and things like that. Dr. Kyle could probably talk for several hours, but I cannot. And so we do have a whole group of people that are going to join us for this hour, a variety of topics, and so I think you're going to enjoy this hour, and we're going to make it fruitful, and it's going to, of course, be focused on not only appreciation of our great sponsors here, the Eberleins and Midcities Dental, but also our Catholic faith. We have a number of guests who are going to come on and talk about everything from Catholic Men's Conference to the need for support of our seminarians in the Fort Worth Diocese, Rosary Crusades, not crusades, but Rosary events at Good Shepherd Parish in Colleyville. And also the Catholic Marketing Network. Alan Napleton, who is no stranger to Catholic radio, is here as well. So we'll talk to him in just a moment. So, and also when we do something like this, we like to provide incentives for you to come on out here, because I don't think just coming over here and meeting me or maybe meeting the Eberleins is incentive enough for you to drive 10 or 15 miles. But we do have some things that's going to sweeten the deal a little bit, and in one case, literally, because we have food. And Martha will tell us about the food here in just a moment. I want to also invite you to come out here. I have some goodies for you. Anybody who comes out this hour and comes over to Midcities Dental and comes through the door and says, hey, I heard you on the radio and I want to be a part of your, you don't have to be on the air, but just come and say hello to us. I have some CDs here, and anybody who comes, I'll give you one of these CDs. How would you like to have the conversion story of Jeff Cavins? It's called A Rebel Returns to the Catholic Faith. I'll give you this if you come on out here. Or Father Donald Calloway's conversion story, former drug dealer to the Catholic priesthood. He's got a fabulous story. He was our most recent speaker at our Summer Speaker Series event last July 31st at the Frontiers of Flight Museum. So if you didn't hear that, you'd love to hear his story. It's really nice. So come on out here. I'll give you one of these. I've got tons of them. I'm not going to run out, I promise you. And there's also a story, and I got to be honest with you, I'm not familiar with this lady. Anne Marie Schmidt has a talk called Divine Love and the Cross. Okay, you can pick from one of those three if you come on out here and join us for this hour. And you're probably thinking, well, tell us where you are. The address is 556 West Bedford Euless Road, Suite E, although I don't think the suite's necessary. It's right, you can see it right off the road. Suite E, Hurst, Texas, 76053. So plug that into your GPS and come on out here, especially if you are in the Mid-Cities or maybe Fort Worth or Colleyville, Keller. I think you're within range. I live in Euless, and it only took me about 10 minutes to get here. So anywhere in the Mid-Cities, Arlington, come on out and see us. Otherwise, just sit back and enjoy the broadcast, as we have a number of guests talking about a number of topics, as I mentioned a moment ago. The website for Midcities Dental is midcitiesdental.com. Again, the address 556 West Bedford Euless Road, Suite E, Hurst, Texas, 76053. And there's something else that's an incentive, which I'm going to have Martha talk about here in just a second. But I want to get to that because you may be thinking, gosh, I don't know if I'm going to go over there or not. But there's another incentive for coming on out here. By the way, the Midcities Dental is between Precinct Line and Hurstview. It's closer to Hurstview, so if you're at Hurstville, you go a little bit to the west, and if you're at Precinct Line, you go east. It's right in the middle. It's on the north side of Bedford Euless Road in Hurst. So, all right, so that's what we're doing this hour, and we got 55 more minutes to go, and I have a whole array of guests to introduce you to, but I want first to bring in the wonderful folks who are sponsors on KATH, and the reason that I'm here in the first place, and this is Dr. Kyle Eberlein and Martha Eberlein, husband and wife team, who own this Midcities Dental. So thank you very much for allowing me to be out here. How are you guys doing this morning?
Well, I'm very honored to be here, Dave. This is quite an event to have you here in the office and get to share about dentistry. I know everybody wants to hear about dentistry, but So we're really glad to be here.
People are excited about hearing about dentistry, aren't they? Especially root canals, and it's so funny. Just a dentistry story. My daughters had an appointment with the dentist not too long ago, and they were so excited to go. And I didn't want to tell them that not everybody gets excited about going to the dentist, but they've never had a cavity, and so to them, going to the dentist is getting a free toothbrush and maybe something fun. But it's not always fun. But you find a lot of the people that come here are afraid of being at the dentist, or is that people pretty excited to come?
Well, here's what I found over time is that in the past there was a lot of experiences that people had that were very, very difficult for them. But like all technologies, things have improved greatly, and going to the dentist is pretty easy. In fact, we have so many loyal patients that come in, we're just kind of an extended family to them. So they enjoy coming in. We know them all by name, and they come and get their dental work or their cleanings, and so they found it to be pretty easy nowadays.
Very nice. Martha Eberlein also here as well, Dr. Kyle's wife, and I mentioned a moment ago that we had another incentive for people to come on out here today, and thank you for this nice setup. It's really nice. I'm like in the middle of the dental clinic here. I'm right behind the receptionist desk. I mean, I feel like I'm just in the bowels of this place here, so it's very nice. Thank you for the food and for this nice setup and for inviting so many guests out here. And I wanted you to tell about the other little incentive that we have for folks to come out here and join us today.
Yes, we will do a raffle for $50 Walmart gift card. So if you come on out, you can do that. You can maybe start shopping a little bit ahead of time for Christmas. And we have food available. We have breakfast food and lunch food. So whatever you're hungry for, we hope we have it for you.
All right, the UPS guy just showed up, but I don't think he's here for the raffle. I think he's just here doing his job. Okay, I don't think he was listening to Catholic radio. So, one of our listeners and supporters, Beatrice, is here, and Beatrice has this little pad of paper with her, and I'm going to ask her if she doesn't mind, because I know she's going to be here for the whole hour. Beatrice, if you don't mind, when somebody shows up, put their name on a little piece of paper, and then at the end of the hour, we're going to do a drawing. So it's a Walmart gift card, $50. Anybody who shows up and comes through the door here at Midcities Dental, 556 West Bedford Euless Road, Hurst, Texas, 76053. And, so 556 West Bedford Euless Road, Sweetie, Hurst, Texas, 76053. So anyway, thank you for that.
Okay.
And I tell you, I could use a $50 Walmart gift card. It'd be very nice. And you also have food for people who come today, this hour.
We do, and we have toothbrushes and sugarless gum available for everybody that walks in. So come on in and get that. And we're really grateful to be part of 910 Guadalupe Radio. It's very dear to my heart, and our faith is very important to us, and so we like to treat others the way we want to be treated. So if you come to our office, you will be treated like family. And another thing is that we're very we're very kid oriented. We have toys here for them, and we have a little iPad for them to play with, and our hygienists and all our staff are just wonderful with children, so we welcome children to our practice as well. And being a mother, I know how it's important to go to a place where kids are welcome, so your kids are more than welcome at our office.
My kids would light up at the iPad idea. I mean, my kids are crazy about the iPad. I mean, so they actually get to play on an iPad as they're waiting for their parents to get their work done or something like that?
Yes, they do.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Dr. Kyle, I wanted to point something else out. You did something that none of our sponsors have ever done before, and you don't know what I'm about to say here, but you had been running spots for a while, and then you said, I want to cut a new spot, and I want to talk about how much I love Catholic radio. And I know most of our sponsors are listeners and supporters, and they love Catholic radio, but you actually have a spot talking about the fact that you listen to Catholic radio, you love Catholic radio, and you wanted to support it. And so I really appreciate that, and I think that's a message that resonates with our listeners for sure.
Well, I think, that's really how it all started, is I just didn't think about how to advertise on Catholic radio. I never even thought of it, but since I love the station, I thought, what better way to support it than to become an advertiser? So
All right. We have somebody that came through, I think, to be in the drawing. Is that right? Did you hear it on Catholic Radio? Okay. And she's holding the cutest little baby. Now, my baby's pretty cute, but he's going to be about 18 months old. So this is a little girl, and boy, she is just so cute. So, all right, she's in the drawing. And if you want to get a CD over here as well, come on by. And so she's got her whole little family in tow with her, and so appreciate that very much. So come on by. We're broadcasting this entire hour. Midcities Dental is the location. We're in Hurst, Texas, in the Mid-Cities. And the address again, 556 West Bedford Euless Road, Hurst, Texas, 76053. And just a reminder, anybody that comes by during this hour only, because when I go, they go with me, is going to get a CD of your choice. Excuse me, between Jeff Caven's conversion story, Father Donald Calloway's conversion story, and then also a CD called Divine Love and the Cross by Anne Marie Schmidt. And so, I'm always curious, Dr. Kyle, when you run spots like this, and you've been on for a while, you have people that are loyal to Catholic Radio and want to support somebody on Catholic Radio. And you had told me before we went on the air that you've got people coming from all across the Metroplex to come out here to Hearst for you to be their dentist.
Well, I do. Hearst is centralized, but the average patient that comes to the dental office is usually about 3 to 5 miles right in there, and we've had patients drive from east side of Dallas or Oak Cliff or far West Fort Worth just from the radio ad. So I was very pleasantly surprised on that.
That is loyalty, isn't it? All right, do you want to come by and say hello, or would you rather stay off the air? Do you want to pick a CD? Okay, I'm talking to the folks that came in. These are the first people that officially came in. Oh boy, she's got 4 kids with her, and so nice. What a beautiful family. Come get a CD, please get some food, and also make sure that Beatrice has your name on there. Right now, you're the only one, so if we did the drawing right now, you can get a $50 gift card, and if you can hang around till the end, otherwise we can mail it to you. That's no problem. All right, so let's see. What else do we have to say? I feel like I'm missing something here. So anyways, thank you for being sponsors. Thank you for hosting this hour of Catholic Radio. And I see you've got some toothbrushes there. Did you say that anybody gets a toothbrush that comes in?
Yes, we have toothbrushes for everybody, and we have little kids' toothbrushes, so they'll get little kids' toothbrushes. So.
All right. So age-appropriate toothbrushes there, along with some sugar-free gum. We've got food, some cake, and some tea, and grapes, and chips, and orange juice, and some coffee as well. Dr. Kyle, I'm always curious about this because I live kind of in a Catholic bubble. My whole job is my faith, and the people I work with are all have to do with my faith. It's where it's an evangelistic job that I have. Most people don't have that opportunity. You're in the field of dentistry. As a practicing Christian Catholic man, how are you able to incorporate your faith into your day-to-day work as a dentist?
Well, I just, Dave, what I really try to do is look at each patient as an individual and put myself in their shoes. And, when they come in for different treatment modalities, I just try to make sure that they understand all the options that they have. Now, your faith is so important to you that it helps you make those good decisions as far as having empathy towards them and understanding that they all have different situations. And so I try to help them in any manner as possible.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And we talked about the people that are afraid to go to the dentist. I'm guessing that in today's day and age, with the advances in medicine and being able to numb people, is it generally a relatively painless process to get most of these modalities that you talk about, or have we gotten to the point where it's not as painful as maybe it used to be in the past?
I really think that a lot of people here are patients here, and they could tell you, but I find most of them find it to be pretty easy, and it's pretty painless nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Very good. All right, so what else? We're a quarter after the hour now, so I am going to transition to our next guest. I want to thank Dr. Kyle Eberlein and also Martha Eberlein for having me out here, and we invite you to join us for this broadcast. We're going to be here for another 45 minutes broadcasting, and anybody who comes by you get a chance, if you come in person, you get a chance to win that $50 Walmart gift card. We're going to have a drawing at the end. And right now, I think we only have one person in it, okay? And so come by and get a $50 Walmart gift card if you win the drawing at the end. I can't imagine we'll have more than about maybe 10 people in it, okay? So we got another gentleman that just showed up. So this is very encouraging. You got people that are close by. And we're at Midcities Dental today, 556 West Bedford Euless Road, Hurst, Texas, 76053. I know sometimes if I'm listening to the radio and I hear a broadcast like this, and I don't know what my range would be, but generally if I'm within about 5 or 10 miles, you know, and there's enough incentive and there's something like this, I'm heading over there. So I'm glad that some of the people are taking us up on that. What else, Dr. Kyle or Martha, do you want to say about Midcities Dental before we let you go? Maybe I might have a chance to chat with you at the end of the hour to say another thank you, but anything else about the practice, or maybe incentivize people to come by and make you their dentist?
Well, you know, the practice has been here since 1971, and I bought it from a very nice, well-known dentist named Dr. Albritton in 2002. And the patients that come here, a lot of them have been here for over 30 years. So we see the basically 3 generations of patients. And so I have found that having an outstanding staff that's loyal and dedicated has really is what made our practice so good. We always do quality dentistry, but you know, it's the people that you engage with that's so important. And when they treat you so nice and they treat you like family, that's what's really made things work for us. And so I would encourage anybody that's maybe they don't have a dentist, or they're unsure about their dental care, to come by, get a second opinion, because you need to be happy where you're at, and so we're there to fill that need.
All right, very good. Martha, do you work here on a day-to-day basis?
I'm not here on a day-to-day basis, but I'm out. I do the marketing, the shopping, and whatever else has to be done.
Okay.
And one of the things that I do have to say is God has been very good to us. And, you know, it's really because of Him that we're so successful. And we have, like I said, we have surrounded ourselves with great staff and great friends, and our church is phenomenal. And a lot of our patients are from Good Shepherd, and a lot of them are here supporting us today.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful.
And you have several Catholic churches in this area. You've got Good Shepherd, you've got St. John the Apostle in North Richland Hills. St. Michael's is not too far away.
That's right.
And I'm trying to think of what else. St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, not too far away in Keller. I know we've got some folks from that parish here. Alan Appleton, I think, lives over in that area as well. So, all right, well, thank you so much. I'm going to transition to our next guest, and hopefully at the end of the broadcast we'll have a chance to chat with you again and just say, maybe you guys can do the drawing.